If you're a skinny guy trying to bulk up, get muscle, and become aesthetic, then this video is for you. I'm going to be ranking some of the most popular foods on their effectiveness at bulking specifically for skinny guys, all the way from the absolute goated tier foods, which are the mass spawners, all the way down to the foods which are going to keep you staying as a skeleton. I know this best because I was a skinny guy myself and I struggled to gain weight for years, but now I know what's good, so let's jump into it. And the first thing we're starting off with is no other than whole milk. If you've watched any of my videos, full cream milk, you know, is a staple in what I recommend skinny guys to actually bulk up and build muscle. In general, it is overpowered for gaining mass as any guy, even if you're not even skinny, even if you're just a regular dude. And the reason that is because it's got a high fat content and it's also loaded with protein. And one benefit with the whole milk is you're getting like 150 calories if you drink a full glass. And if you're a skinny guy trying to bulk up, it's pretty easy to just add a full glass of milk to every single meal you eat. So if you're eating 4 meals per day, having a glass of milk with every single meal, that's an extra 600 calories added onto your total calorie intake. That is going to make it absolutely butter smooth to increase your calories overall without actually putting in more effort and without having to brutally train your appetite to try and force food down and becoming sick. So for that reason, it is going straight to the top of the top into the mass spawner category. Number 2, we got another popular bulking staple that you hear many times on all forums, on all internet videos, and that is peanut butter. Now, I've got quite a controversial take with peanut butter. Yes, it is high calorie, it has a lot of fat in it. However, a lot of the peanut butter products that you can buy, especially in Australia, are fucking bullshit. They are loaded with sugar, they are loaded with a bunch of other fillers and crap, and even other vegetable oils and shit that is going to cause you inflammation and destroy your gains. And whilst it does have calories in it, you have to be watching out for the correct ingredients, because although we're trying to get big, although we're trying to bulk up, and sometimes it's easy to overlook the aspect of health and ingredients, we still want to be effectively building muscle and effectively building the most attractive aesthetic physiques. And even when we're bulking, the way we eat, the type of foods, the quality of foods we eat will dictate our body composition. We can still gain weight, but if you're eating, you know, a calorie surplus full of fucking bullshit fast food, compared to a calorie surplus full of good food, good, healthy, nutritious whole food, then what's going to happen is you're going to just look like shit. You're going to gain weight, but you're going to look worse than the guy who eats healthy. Now, peanut butter, I don't really like it myself, but it is pretty good for bulking just because of its higher calorie content. You can put it in shakes. You can basically do whatever you want with it. It is quite versatile. Now, I don't like it that much, so that's why it's going into the growth hack territory. It is still good for a lot of guys that like peanut butter. If you like peanut butter, then fucking go for it. But for me personally, it was kind of hard to consume because it was like super thick and it kind of didn't really appeal to me. Like, at the end of the day, you want stuff that's easy to eat. You want to actually have stuff that tastes good, because that's how you're going to stick to a diet. And for me, peanut butter just wasn't really it. So for that reason, I'm still going to be objective with it and go for the growth hack category because it's good. Another staple bodybuilding classic, which is rice cakes. Now, straight away, I can tell you that this is basically a fucking bulking fraud. This shit will not get you fucking bulked up. I see so many like people on the internet, so many videos of like, you know, making rice cake recipes with the peanut butter and stuff like that. But you have to understand that a lot of the times for skinny guys trying to bulk up, we struggle with a quantity proportion, you know, management. So basically, to bulk up easier, we want the least amount of food possible, the least satiating, least filling food possible, but for it to have the highest amount of calories. So if you're eating rice cakes, I'm eating them right now and I'm on a cut, right? Because they're so low calorie. Like 3 rice cakes, which are like that big, it's like a crispy texture, so it satisfies the satiety kind of feeling in your body. 3 rice cakes contains like fucking 70 calories, something like that. So if you want to really make meaningful progress when you're bulking, then rice cakes probably aren't for you unless you're putting a heap of high calorie things on it. But then you're going to get full quicker because of the amount of volume you get. Because it's aerated, because it's like puffy rice, it's kind of thick and it kind of fills you up quicker, and that's why people use it as a cutting hack. Although they're nutritious and although they're good and they can be a really good pre-workout source, I'm going to say that if you're eating rice cakes as a solution to bulking up, then it's not very optimal. And for that reason, it's going straight into the forever sub 160 pound category. But what about the OG form of rice cakes, which is rice? Well, this is a completely different story. I would say that rice is definitely in the growth hack category. Why? Because you can consume a lot of this stuff without really getting full. Rice has always been one of those foods that you could just fucking absolutely spam with no problem whatsoever, not even hardly getting full. So that's why I'm gonna put it into the growth hack category, because it is just simple. It is cheap, it is easy to consume, it is easy to prepare. It is a staple if you're trying to bulk up. Ideally, you should be having some form of, easy to eat carb with every single meal. And for me, the choice that I would make is to have rice. I remember back when I was bulking up back in university, I was cramming down literally like cups and cups and cups of rice. I would put rice in my rice cooker. I remember the specific times, and I would literally just fucking scoop out rice over and over and over, just fucking kilos of rice, bro, fucking mountains of rice. And it helped me so much because it was able to fuel my training optimally, because it was such a quick acting source of glucose, absorbed straight away, giving me a fucking sick pump, making me look full and giving me the performance I needed inside of the gym, while also being easy to eat. And realistically, bro, the calories fucking add up quick. So rice is definitely going in the growth hack tier. Now, you're eating some food with your rice, you're eating some form of protein source, and the most popular protein source that everyone tells you to eat when you're bulking up is chicken breast. Why? Because chicken breast is high in protein per 100 grams relative to other foods. Well, I'm here to tell you that if you're a skinny guy, chicken breast is just not fucking optimal. I went through the phase, that same story of university, when I told you I had the rice cooker and I was just spamming rice, massive plates of rice. Well, what was I having with that? I was having fucking chicken breast. And the problem with chicken breast, the reason why it is so hard to fucking bulk on chicken breast, is because it is low fat, which means you're missing out on additional calories, and because it is often really dry because of this low fat content. There's not a whole lot of moisture, and it's very unforgiving to cook. If you cook fucking chicken for like an extra 2 minutes longer than what is optimal, it's gonna come out looking like a fucking, it's gonna come out fucking feeling like a fucking foot insert, bro, like a fucking chewing, like, you're gonna be fucking chewing one of these, bro. Like, I'd rather chew one of these fucking things, cunt, than fucking eat a dry chicken breast. And I remember specifically struggling to get down the chicken breast every single meal. That was probably the biggest challenge I faced in terms of eating food. It was always finishing the fucking chicken breast. So for that reason, although it is high in protein, although it is going to help you build muscle and it's quite anabolic, I'm still going to put it in the overhyped category, just because there are so many more favorable protein options that you can eat. But if you do still want to incorporate chicken breast into your diet, then one tip I would give you is to make sure you're seasoning it really, really well, because it's mainly the flavor factor and the dryness factor that gets you when you're trying to eat it. So if you just fix this, then you'll be chilling. Next up, we got the legendary olive oil, the notorious fucking oil for any skinny guy bulking up. This shit can be added to your shakes. You can literally just put 2 tablespoons of olive oil into your shake, and you'll be getting like an extra 200 and I think it's 230 calories just by that. With no effort, it is similar to the milk, where you can literally just put it into something. Even, for example, you could just drizzle it on your fucking chicken breast, or you could use more oil in the pan when you're cooking, because we know that when you cook the meat, the oil absorbs into the meat and therefore you're going to get more calories. So it's just another one of those things that you can incorporate to add free calories that don't even really exist. Now, I'm actually going to put this into the growth hack category and not the mass spawner category. And this is because if you're heating olive oil, we know nowadays with the current seed oil information about how seed oils are inflammatory and they can reduce testosterone, reduce your ability to make gains and destroy your overall health. We know that if we're heating oils and if we're, incorporating a lot of oils into our diet, especially if you're heating it, olive oil does not have the highest smoking point. So what this means is that when you bring it to a certain heat, if you make it really hot, it's going to start oxidizing and it's going to start breaking down. And that's when it is effectively becoming a seed oil that is treated at an ultra high temperature. Not to the same extent, but it is still not optimal, because you're causing chemical, differences and changes in the structure of the olive oil itself. So I would still incorporate it. And a specific tip I would give you if you want to incorporate it is put it into shakes, because then you're not cooking it, then you're not heating it. You're just adding free extra liquid, which is just fucking calorie bomb as fuck. So it's going in the growth hack category, but just remember those, caveats. And next we have oats. Bro, I don't know how to feel about oats. Like, I know exactly how to feel. I fucking hate them. I'm tossing up straight away. Oats are either going in the forever sub 160 pound or the stay a skeleton category. I can't quite decide yet, but there's a few reasons for this. The reason being, oats contain a lot of phytic acid and a lot of bullshit, usually pesticides, which they're treated with, which we know in the current day and age, like the seed oil conversation, are going to nuke our fucking guts, are going to nuke our health, and overall make our metabolism all fucked up, make it harder for us to maintain a good aesthetic body composition, and just feel better in general. And the second part of feeling better is that oats make me feel like fucking shit. Oats make me fucking nuke the bowl, bro. Like, if I have oats, I'm literally fucking 6 months pregnant 5 minutes after I eat it. Something about them, I've tried all different ways of making them. Runny, fucking thick, looking like fucking paper, like fucking glue that you use at school. I've tried all the methods, and although they taste alright if you mix in certain things and they can be good, the calories are just not worth it, because they're gonna make you so fucking full, just because of that bloat factor, just because they're so dense, but realistically you're not getting much else other than carbs and a little bit of protein. So I'm gonna put them into the forever sub 160 pound ratio, because when is the last time you were able to eat like 1,000 calories in a meal of just fucking oatmeal? You put like this much in there, bro, and you're fucking clogged, bro. Your stomach is just fucking clogged. The pipes are just blocked. So for that reason, they're going in forever 160 pounds. Very overrated, not really effective or that essential, and they make me feel like shit. Chances are they probably make you feel like shit as well if you're a skinny guy who had a shit appetite. Finally, we've got greens, specifically leafy greens. These are an absolute scam. If you're told to just consume more volume, consume more food in your meals, eat more as a skinny guy, one thing that you often mistake is the calorie versus quantity ratios and balance. And I used to think that just eating more food was going to get me the mass I needed, was going to help me put on weight, but that was totally wrong. And one thing that was always fucking included in every single meal that I was trying to, eat more in was salad or some form of leafy green or some form of like leafy vegetable. It's just not worth it. You are going to absolutely cook your fucking appetite and cook your, hunger if you're including this in your meal. You're going to have like a third protein, a third carbs, and then a third like fucking salad. That is just a complete waste of your time and your effort to eating, because that leafy green is going to contain like 20 calories in that massive amount. You could have just replaced it with more carbs or more protein or something that was going to cheat, your appetite and allow you to eat more, allow you to consume way more calories in a shorter, time span, or with less food. And leafy greens simply aren't that. You see so many guys, claiming to eat more and advocating to eat more. Don't eat this shit. It is fucking terrible. And as well, a lot of it is sprayed with pesticides, again influencing and impacting your overall health. So it's just not worth it. There are so many better options that you could be putting into your meals, and honestly, leafy greens don't even contain that many nutrients. A lot of the foods that you can find that I'll recommend in other videos, and I've already recommended, contain way more nutrients and just render these redundant as fuck. So for that reason, they are going in the stay a skeleton forever. Don't be fooled. Don't think that just because you're eating more foods that you're going to actually gain mass, because there are specific foods that work and specific foods that don't. Now this for sure is going to be a part 1 of this list, because there are so many other foods that I need to cover to explain to you what actually works trying to bulk up as a skinny guy and what doesn't work trying to bulk up as a skinny guy. But if you want the full routine, if you want the full blueprint, the exact roadmap to completely changing your life forever, going from skinny to undeniable, check the link in the description. It contains everything you will need to create a life-changing transformation. But with that being said, I'll definitely see you for a part 2. The progress is purpose, stay aesthetic, and keep fucking grinding. Peace.